Welcome back, guys, to the Code Show. This is Hafiz, and today we are going to resolve subset problem 2 on Leetcode using pick and leave pattern. And today we are going to explain how we can get output like this from input like that. And how we can convert our input to this result, and how our solution or our code we are going to run to get results like this. So we are going to trace element by element and step by step to understand how can our code behave to get this result. Using this pick and leave pattern, I just need to clarify a small thing before starting, that here in every element in the input, this is a level is the input so this is level 0, and this is index 1, but it's a level 1, and this is index 2, but it is already a level 3, a level 2. So this is a level 0, and this is also a level 2, a level 1, and we will end up with the level 3. Level 2. So we are going to decide in each element or in each level, we are going to decide, are we going to pick or we are going to leave. So our options, we have just two options. The first option, we are going to leave. So if we started to leave, if we decided to leave this element in the index 0, so we are going to end up with empty array. But if in this point, we are going already have two options. We have remaining two options, or two levels. So we are going to decide, are we going to pick in the second level. So are we going to pick or we are going to leave? So if we decide to leave, so we also will end up with empty array, because we decided to leave this element. And from this point also we have two options. So we are going to decide that we are going to leave, and if we decided to leave, so we will end up as an empty array. So this is our base condition here in the last level. This is all the results that we are looking for them. So if you can see, you ended up with empty array, and the Leetcode already expecting it to bring an empty array. So the second level, if in this input, if in this point, if you don't have any options after this, so you are going back tracking or back to the caller. So if you back to the caller, you are going to decide, are you finished your living scenario? So yes, you already ended your living scenario. So I'm going to the pick scenario. If you decide to pick scenario, so you are going to pick. But but to understand, we are in the level 2. So you ended up with, you picked this element, so you ended up with 2, because your last element from last your result from last caller, it's already empty, so you get just 2. So they are expecting already 2 from us as a result. And from this point, you are going to back to the caller. So the caller already finished his own scenarios, picking and leave. So the pick scenario and the leave scenario. So this point is going back to the caller. The caller already ended. The caller already finished his own leaving. So he is going to use the picking scenario. The picking scenario here, because you are in the level 1, so you are going to pick 2 as element. And as you can see, your last caller already have empty array as a result. So this is the first element you are inserted inside from the picking scenario inside your array. So you get 2. And from this point, you are going also to decide, I'm going to leave or I'm going to pick. If you ended to leaving scenario, so you are get a duplicated scenario here, or a duplicated error, duplicated result. So we are going to figure out how to avoid duplicated result from happening in the code level. So and this caller already, this point, from this point, will back to the caller, and the caller already going to decide to pick, because he already or he finished his leaving scenario. So he is going to picking scenario, so he will end with 2 2. Why you are getting 2 2? Because you already in your last caller already have a result, has a result array, have element as a 2. So you, when you are decide to pick from the last level, as we decided, as we mentioned, you are here in the last level, so you ended up with 2 2. So you are already decided to pick, and the scholar is going back to the scholar and the last caller, and the last caller already finished his own ways leaving or the picking scenarios. So he is going to back to the pick scenario, because he finished his living scenario, and he is going to picking scenario in another in the remaining of the results. So also this result is the same scenario from picking or leaving. You are going to decide, I'm going to pick or I'm going to leave. So you will end up with the base condition. This is our base condition results. So you ended up with 1 to 2, and they are already expecting 1 to 2 as a result. And already, as I already mentioned, they are expecting their empty array, and already expecting 2 as a result. And here we duplicated results, so we are going to figure out how we can avoid this. And already we in our base condition we get 2 2. They are already expecting 2 as a result. And here we are going to pick 1, and we ended up with 1. So he already expecting already 1 as a result from us. But and here also we get 1 and 2, but here is the duplicated result 1 and 2. So also we are going to figure out how to avoid the duplicated scenario here and here and there. We are going to avoid. We are going to know how we can. Yeah, let's mark it. Let's mark it by blue for now. This is our this is our duplication scenario, duplication result. So we are going to eliminate this result in the code level from happening as a result. So you will end up with what they are expecting from us: 1 to 2, 1 2, and 1 1 sorry 2 2 and 2 and empty array. And that's it. So let's go to the coding show. Here we are. This is a problem that we already explained. So we are going to resolve it. They are starting with output. They are expecting to pack with to return a vector of vectors. All right. So we'll name it this as a container. So and also we are going to define another vector as a result. So this is our result that we are going to insert inside our container. So this is our result that we are going to and here we are going to return this container, and we are going to call our function DFS right here using a position of 0, and position of 0 is 0 here is our level. So if you can remember, our level here is 0. So we are going to pass our level is 0, and we're starting to pass the nums. So we are going to first to define void DFS function with integer position, or you can name it level or whatever you name it. So you will name it level to be understandable for you from the last explanation. So and we'll get the same vector. We will name it items. So right now we have to build our base condition. Our base condition, when you end your position dot size your position, we are going to increment our this position in every level. In every level, we are going to pick or leave. Before we are going to enter to the second level, we are going to increment it. So if we ended up with item dot size, it's mean you are going to you already ended with the last level. So we are going to push back in our container, push back the result that we already going to build it. The result here is in from this is our result. So we are going to push back our end result. This is our base condition. So let's back to the code. We are going to recall or we are going to making the big scenario and the leaf scenario. So in our big scenario, we are going to do what? To calling to push back result dot push back our items of position. This is our element. So we are going to pick. Also, we are going to call the DFS function, and here we are going to increment our levels that we are going to the next level, and starting to send the items again, and we are going to put back this our last element to make this vector reusable again in the second scenarios. So in the second time. So in our living scenario, we are going to just calling the DFS function, incrementing the position without picking anything. Just this is our pick. So this is our pick scenario we do. And in our living scenario, we're not doing anything. Okay. Let's submit this code. Run code this code. We get position. It's let's rename it position for now because I already called the position. So we ended up with the result they are expecting from us, but as you can see, we get the duplication that we already expected from our explanation. We get extra 2 and we get extra 1 and 2. So as you can see, we get extra 2 and we get extra 1 2. And here we are going to how to avoid how can we avoid this duplication elements from this result. So as you can see here, our test case here is sorted, but they are not assuming or they are not promise us that they will give us all the test cases sorted. So we are going to first sort our nums. This is the first thing, and as you can see from the explanation here, the duplicate result just happened in the living scenario like this and that. So we are going to plot our if condition here before the living scenario like that we are going to ask if we have result dot size is bigger than 1, it's true, and our result dot back the last element is equal our items of current the current item. So we are going to return. So this is will just avoid the duplication result as we already mentioned in the explanation. So just result.back is the last element that we already inserted in the array. Just we need to make sure this last element is not duplicated with the current result. So we are going to return here to avoid the leaving scenario. So let's run. Accepted. So let's get accepted from submission. And here we are. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.